Hello and welcome everybody, this is Eximus here again, bringing you the second episode of my journey to Conqueror. This time we're in Crown 5 and I'm playing with my crewmates Ninja and Vox. Slowly it starts that we get clan people in the game. As you can see, we faced G25 here. I personally don't know them, but they were not too bad. So yeah, enjoy this. About this video, I will be commentating it, so you guys can learn about my moves and ways how I play, and in general how I fight and what to do in what situation. So first of all, we jumped in Novorepnoye. You need to know that we're all pretty combat addicted people. We always go to places with high combat factor. That means pretty much Georgopol, Pochinki, and Novorepnoye are the main targets for us. So I decided here to go to Novo because I thought it would be closer to the plane path, so maybe more enemies in Novo, which unfortunately wasn't true. Like this game, it was barely players in Novorepnoye, which is of course unfortunate, but it can happen and it doesn't matter that much because I still can tell you what to do when you drop a Novo, even though there is not like a big danger of this game. So first of all, we jumped to the container part on the right side from our plane path. The reason for this is because there is usually very good loot, and especially in the containers, such as those parts here, where I jumped down right now. Yes, exactly. They're safe and you mostly get your weapons and also a vest. This time, unfortunately, I didn't find any special weapon and also no special vest, but that can happen. You can't be lucky every time. And yeah, so I just kept looting and I was looking around for potential enemies jumping here, and I saw one guy as you see on my screen, but only one, but it was some more people, but it doesn't seem like that they were one crew because they were pretty spread, so it must be randoms playing together. So yeah, I found my AKM here, kept looting. We all sticked on this container part because you need to stick together, especially on high combat places like Novorepnoye. You need to stay together. If you don't, one of your teammates easily gets knocked out, especially on high rank and against very good players. And this can be devastating for you, for your team, and pretty fatal because if one of you dies and you get pushed by a tactical, well-playing squad, the chances are, of course, very low for you to win the fight in a 3v4 or in a 2v4, like in our case. So we just sticked into one part and made sure that we all are in range to get us up each other if somebody gets knocked out. Well, this time here it was not the case that we had high combat fights here, but I'm telling you this so you know this for your games because usually in 95% of Novo games this is always the case. So you need to stick with your teammates, this is very important. I kept looting here because even though I didn't see any enemies or just one guy jumping here, I made sure that we all have at least a full equipped vest. So like full equipped armor that includes vest and helmet. As you can see, I just had a level 1 helmet, not that good defense and also no vest. So you get easily two-shot by an AKM if you have no vest. So keep that in mind to not push without a vest. This is very important to always have a vest, at least a vest, if you want to push something. So I told my teammates to just wait for me because I still had no vest. Here I found a level 2 vest, so I was fine here and I was ready to get in combat. As you can see, there was one guy. I don't know if that was real player or bot. Might be a bot. But I was going on my usual route. That means going through this warehouse I was before and going through the left side to the next container part, pushing the next container part, looting here if I don't see anyone, fighting enemies if I see somebody, of course. Having a quick look on the houses as well because there's always people jumping to the houses and it is pretty bad if you get sidestepped by enemies from the houses because they have a pretty good angle on the people on the containers. So it can be a problem if you get knocked out and you fall down with a container or stuck on the container or can't like jump down fast enough. You can easily be finished off, and that would be sad if you get finished off that early, of course. Which happens to us all a lot, especially to me and people who play like me. Playing aggressive means playing like also dying a lot. Um, that doesn't mean you have to die every time, but that means you can never have like like a chance of getting into top 10 higher than 90% is barely possible if your whole squad plays like me every game, and especially on every rank. So yeah, I just kept looting here because I still had no attachments, and I actually wanted to pick up an M4, but I guess I didn't find one this game. Yeah, I played with AKM because I later got a Groza out of the airdrop. And I just kept looting here for maybe level 2 helmet, because level 1 helmet is decent. You at least cannot get one shot by a 5.56 weapon anymore, but still it has like low defense, so it's better to look for a level 2 helmet, of course. Especially if you're in Novorepnoye, you even have a chance getting a level 3 helmet, so why not looking for this if we even have a chance to do it. Here I found my level 2 helmet, kept looting, went to the next houses on southeast side, and just finished those houses here, looking around for potential campers. Always be careful, because right now I'm playing on North American server, as you know, that's my journey on. What I noticed, the difference between EU and NA is that there is no cheaters in NA, which is very good, really, really nice, but there is a lot more tryhards, especially campers who just literally sit in their houses and don't want to risk anything, even in Novo, which is actually a place where people usually fight. People go here to just loot the houses and hide in here, getting a potential kill by somebody rushing the building, not knowing that there is somebody in the corner sitting in the corner. So I just kept looting here. My teammates also did the same, because, for example, I don't know if I had an 8 times here yet, but I was looking for a scope, especially for my Mini 14, and I was also looking for a potential level 3 vest and helmet, since I found level 2 both already. Picked up vertical foregrip here. Got some more ammunition for my AKM here, in case I don't find an M4. So I just kept looting, took a quick look around our position, and then I was on my way to the car, I guess. Yes, I went to the garage. No, not yet. Was looking here for some attachments, and now I'm going to the garage, yes. Taking the car, and first I refill my vehicle. Keep that in mind. I also didn't do that a lot. I had to learn that earlier. But it's so helpful if you have like a full tanked car, because there are so many times you have a vehicle with just like 20% fuel and you just die, or you're in a very bad spot because you're on the open field and you have no vehicle anymore. So you must walk on open field, and there's people maybe shooting on you, and when one of your teammates gets knocked out and you have to save him with by throwing smokes on him, which can work but is not a guarantee factor that it works all time. And even if he is getting up, then there's a chance that he's getting knocked out again, because maybe you also get pushed by zone, so you're like in a very bad spot. Like right here, right now, we saw a random drop landing in Novorepnoye. What I did here was I told my teammates to go for the drop while I was covering them. That means I took a position with height advantage and looked for potential enemies coming with maybe a boat or like a car to get the drop as well. So this is always important, to have somebody of your teammates covering the others, because if all of you are chasing a drop, which is pretty brain dead, it's so easy to kill your whole squad without even knocking them, because if you get knocked out in the water while being in water, you die instantly and you cannot be revived. So you always must tell one of your teammates, or even better two, or even better three, to cover the one or the two going for the drop. Here It was a Groza in the drop, and my teammate Works told me to get it because I was using AKM and I wanted to take it anyway because I was using AKM and didn't find an M4 yet. So I thought, yeah, why not? Let's go with Groza. So you can see how Groza for me works. And yeah, I got the Groza, swam back to the land. When I just kept looting here, found an 8 times in one of the containers, I guess. Yeah, must be one with one on west side somewhere. And I told my teammates to get ready to leave or for departure. Just have had a quick look here for potential some more attachments which I could use in future. Although I had Groza right now, I was still looking because if you have the time, you can still look what you can get. Remember, please, this is a gameplay. At the beginning, we didn't fight a lot, so this can happen. But I'm also teaching you what to do in a game where you don't fight a lot if you're an aggressive playing player. That can happen also. You won't have like every game Pochinki 15 people dropping there. This is impossible. I drop very often in Pochinki. This is actually the place I drop the most. Pretty sure I played more than 1000 games in Pochinki since my time in Pubg Mobile. And I had times where I faced more than 20 enemies in Pochinki. Yeah, but I also had times where I didn't face one single guy in Pochinki, even though the plane path was directly above Pochinki. Especially on NA, that can happen a lot because people really don't want to risk their rank, and there is only a couple of clans who are always dropping in Pochinki. Not many though, maybe like 2 or 3 on the top 100 ladder. So yeah, actually Pochinki sometimes is even a safer spot than places like Severny on North American server because people tend to go like to Yasnaya, Severny, where they have like more cover or the chance is like the lowest to get many squads in. But that doesn't stop me from going to those high risk places because usually there's on high rank still players going for it, and it's always worth going for it because this is of course the fun we play the game, and I cannot patiently wait the game out. So yeah, about here this situation, we were crossing the bridge, so I told my teammates Ninja and Vox, but they already know it of course, to look out of the window and scope in because this is always important when you drive a car and you're about to cross the bridge. Always look for potential bridge campers. This happens so often that people abuse the position of, for example, the next zone, and force people to still cross the bridge. But in this case, you need to be aware of people doing this, so you have to watch, look around, and if you see somebody, stop at the truck on the bridge and tell your sniper or your snipers in the game to snipe them. But meanwhile, the one who is a rusher, or at least the one who has no sniper rifle, is there to get you guys up, to get like his teammates up. Or in my case, if it comes to close range, I just go in with Groza. So here, as you already saw, we killed 2 people, or I killed 2 people, and there was another guy that was a squad here. Vorks already finished him off, and he looted him, so I just went on the field to check out if there's potential more members, because the third guy we killed just got knocked, so there's at least one more guy. And I saw one more. He didn't realize that I was here, I don't know. Like, I guess he was looking on like a bit more to the right side and was not focused on me. That's why I didn't take any damage here. So yeah, after killing him, I just went here, looted more. Yeah, exactly. By the way, also, what you will notice, I cut out some parts of the game because there were literally no combat in those parts, and it was literally just holding a position. And I made sure that I didn't cut out every part, so I explain what I do when I hold my position. But I didn't want to like have all the parts in the video because As you already may know, my upload rate is very, very low, and it takes me a whole night to upload one video. So this is also a reason why I couldn't upload consistently. And yeah, but no further to do, let's go back into this video. We were going back to the island because the next zone was on military base, or the chances of having the next zone or the end zone on military base were pretty high. So we just made like sure that we get the next spot here. Here we spot out enemies. What I did here, I flashbanged one. So he is can move, but he can't see anything, and it worked perfectly. Guys, flashbangs are so fucking OP. I don't know why nobody uses it, not even on high rank. I never see somebody flashing me. Meanwhile, I'm always flashing people. If I have flashbangs, it is so important, especially against very high rank players. It can easily decide your fights. It is because the flash radius is so high. So it's easy if, for example, on this compound here, on those two houses, there is one squad and you flash on the rooftop. It's easy that you can hit two members with flashbang, and that's also, you know, PUBG is also a mind game process. So if two people are flashed, they're getting scared and getting in panic. So what to do now? And telling their teammates, I'm flashed, I'm flashed, I'm flashed, what to do. Like, not what to do, but I'm flashed, be careful. And they just moving. And even the moving can help you to get their position and for you to get a better position to fight them. So and also, of course, it weakens them because they have two members flashed, and the only thing they can do is shooting randomly into the air. Of course, that can work if you're sitting in the corner of a house and you just keep your crosshair on the same position to the stairs you think where stairs are. Then you can luckily hit them, but the chances are relatively low that you will kill somebody while being flashed. So yeah, we went to Sosnovka because the next circle was here. What we did here, we took control over the radio station. This is a very, very, very good spot, an important spot for Sosnovka, because it's it has a lot of cover, and you easily can get up your teammates if they get knocked out, and you have a pretty good view around the map. Also, I saw here an AWM guy. You found an AWM and airdrop. When you have an AWM like enemy, when you have like an AWM guy as enemy, always keep it in mind. Don't disrespect this, because even if he's not a good sniper, there's always people doing a lucky headshot, and well, especially on high rank like ours right now, people don't miss their sniper shots on AWM that often. So if you get knocked out, it's important to have like a position where you have a lot of cover and can easily revive your teammate without getting finished instantly, because AWM just takes 2 more shots to finish somebody who's knocked. Remember, it takes around 8 shots from an F4 to finish somebody off who is knocked out. So here we found the G25 guys. What I did here, I was rushing. Maybe I overextended a bit too bad and I disrespected them. Don't do this like this. I didn't have a clear position on them. I didn't see them. And I got instantly knocked out. That was a clean headshot by him. Luckily, he didn't make it to finish me off. Ninja was able to knock one out, so I was able to get up again. He revived me. Luckily, they didn't push us, but because that was the reason, because they had one knocked as well. Here as well, I had completely damaged vest and low health helmet. If this is the case, I don't push like me in this case. I was maybe a bit too aggressive here. That can work well, like in my case, but if you have no vest, this is very risky because you're instantly getting knocked out. So even by 5.56 weapons or 9mm weapons, so keep that in mind. Here we just hold the position to get their positions, because I didn't know yet where I got knocked out from. I saw one guy, of course, who knocked me from the door, but of course he didn't stay at the door frame. Here they smoked and then managed to knock out Vox, so we had to be careful. Ninja got the next one, luckily, and I decided to push with him because now we had the opportunity. I managed to deal a lot of damage to one of those G25 guys. Ninja got him down and killed the last guy, which was a pretty good move. When Ninja got knocked out by a grenade, I don't know how that grenade went there because their whole team got killed. But maybe he just threw it, and after he threw it, he died. So yeah, I got them both up, and it was just how many? 8 people left. So first, of course, I was thinking about where can I get a new vest. I was looting them first. Maybe I find something. I found damage level 3 vest, which is obviously still not good, but I mean, it is at least level 3 vest, even though it doesn't take a lot of bullets to completely destroy it. So I just took this one, looked for potential better vest, but everything there was bad. The only thing that was good was my helmet. I got a brand new level 2 helmet, which luckily was not damaged. Still kept looking here for a new vest because vest is pretty important. Didn't find one, unfortunately, so I just went back and we kept going around and was sniping here. I was peeking in order to see if there's maybe a camper on the tower, because this spot is always a favorite spot for people to snipe from that. And if you run blindly without having a look around, it's so easy to kill you because of the big height advantage you have on this tower. Because, for example, if there was an enemy on the tower and we were like running through the field, even though the field has a lot of cover because of the garden in it and all the brushes on the ground, that doesn't make a big difference if you have an enemy who has like a height advantage of 50 meters. So I just made sure that there's nobody sitting or proning on the tower. And still, even though we didn't see somebody, we just decided to go around the containers and to the car. So we first can get the airdrop because it was relatively close, and we avoided the garden where people easily can hide and camp on the ground because it's very hard to see their position. So I told them to go to the airdrop and was walking there. Had again a look around if there's some enemies, because on military I don't like this place a lot. It has good loot, but there's 1 million positions you literally can just hide and camp and do nothing. I even tried it out once, going to military. That was in season 2 with Red. It was actually pretty funny because we tried out surviving Sosnovka when many people were on Sosnovka and not using any weapon, and I was just proning on the ground, and I actually made it. I actually survived it. I made it, but no one got noticed me, and I didn't get anyone's attention, and I made this. So I hear about this. We faced one more squad. I killed one guy who was pretty damaged by maybe ninja or works, I don't know. And we had the position of the next squad. So here we just decided to stay here because we had first circle. And the second is that we have a position and it seems like they didn't know from where we were shooting. And we also just saw one guy who got killed and one more who got knocked out. Then we saw a third one getting knocked out. And at this point, I didn't notice that there is just those 3 people left. So I just instantly, when I looked on the scale, I instantly told my teammates, get in the car, we just push them, 2 are knocked out, it's just 1 guy alive. Of course, he will get up, his teammates, but they are incredibly low. And even if they heal up, we have enough time to get to them in close range and fight them with a new position, because now they're absolutely disrupted, don't know our new position. I stopped the car on the fence because I didn't want to make too much noise, so they don't hear us and get our new position. Then Vox had a pretty good idea. He just decided to take the attention and uses the car, drive around, in hope that the enemy's gonna shoot on him, which actually pretty worked well. So he just drove around and they all shot on him. Luckily, they all shot on him. And Ninja and me, we had an easy way to them. We knew their position. We just went to them. It was just 3 people left. Ninja knocked out one. I saw the other one and finished him, and that was the last guy. And we won the game. Got 18 points for this, and I got promoted.